What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology retold action, spawning in the blue color. Playing as Odin. His name is Kvoth. His opponent today. Playing as Oranos. Completely lying to us with his name. He is Looooki. I'm excited we get to see some Oranos. Yes. Let's talk a little bit about Oranos and why we aren't seeing a whole lot of him. The big reason, and I don't think it's actually because Oranos is weak at the moment. I don't think he's necessarily strong, but I don't think he's weak. I did put him really low on my tier list. I think I might have even put him in the very lowest tier on my tier list. But I think that's just because he's going to take a while to really unlock. So we talk a little bit about what Age of Mythology is on RTS game. It's really a game of power spikes. It's a game of like, okay, your god's stronger, my god's stronger. Let's try and get as much value out of this point in the game as we possibly can. Oranos used to be an early game beast. Now, not so much. He's actually a mid-game beast now. So your aim with Oranos is to effectively utilize this building here called the Sky Passage to safely hunt outside of your base while also producing enough Murmillo to dissuade any sort of aggressive all-in into your main base and get to the heroic age. If you get to the heroic age, you can unlock Stymphalian birds and Satyr, which are both in their own right very, very strong myth units. Following that, you also unlock Contarius, you unlock Arcus, and you unlock a lot of very, very strong units there that you can use to beat everything. Now, the problem with this, and this is a problem that I've actually got with why Oranos is kind of quite low on the tier list for me, is that against Norse, I don't really see a game plan. Now, I've still yet to see the idea of going Catapultis, Caraballas to Prometheans against Norse, which might be a good idea. It's definitely worth trying at the very least. I'm yet to see it, though. The reason why this could be good is because the Catapultis absolutely shred those raiding cavalry. The Caraballas absolutely shred any sort of infantry units. And the Prometheans can tank the Thrown Axeman. So, I mean, in a way, this makes a lot of sense, as we are seeing the classical age coming through, and it is Prometheus here. So he is going for this Promethean strategy, and we'll see how it's going to go. Meanwhile, Kvoth, he says, I've got nothing to worry about here. Let me just take my time. I'm going to go to the classical age in my own leisure. And he's not wrong about this. There's nothing for him to worry about in this matchup early game. He doesn't need to rush to the classical age. He doesn't need to defend against anything. I mean, the thing that he's kind of neglecting here is the fact that he's the god that can actually get something done here. So if he wanted to go for a fast classical age and get a Valkyrie in his opponent's base, he could have done that. He could have done that. Anyways, let's take a look into the main base of Looooki. He's about to run out of food here, and I don't see the Sky Passage. He's dropping himself a counter barracks and a military barracks. So this to me looks like he wants to be a little bit more stock standard. There's the Sky Passage coming up. There's the second. Okay, this is perfect. Though I probably would have liked it just a little bit earlier so that these villagers could jump over here immediately. Instead, he's going to have a little bit of idle time on food and not be able to produce as much as you might like. You might have to move over onto wood. Lots of idle citizens he needs to get going here as well in this game. All right, we see a Great Hall coming down for Kvoth. He's gone through Heimdall, so he's got access to the Einherjar. The very, very strong myth unit, this one. Yeah, the Caladria is really good in this matchup at distracting, like, throwing axemen. Why Sky Passage is so good in Retold now as opposed to in the Titans? Well, the big reason is because they only cost 5 favor now instead of costing like 350 resources. And favor is effectively free in the early game for Oranos. Yes, all these oracles cost 100 resources, but the first 3 you get are free. So you are still getting a lot of free favor over what your opponent could potentially have. Okay, so the catapults are coming through. He's going to be searching for some damage here, and Kvoth is just playing it ridiculously safe at the moment. Valor coming down onto one of these units here to help out. You can also use Valor on these oracles as well if you like, in the early stages of the game to boost their favor gather rate up. One bonus here for Oranos that isn't an active bonus. Like, I keep forgetting to mention it, but he actually does have one passive bonus. It's actually not that bad. And that's that he gets line of sight. And that actually boosts your favor income by a small amount. So instead of it being 0.06, it's 0.07 favor a second. And that's not a small boost. That's a pretty significant boost there. A bit of an itchy nose. All right. So Looooki just hanging out in this map. Kvoth is just waiting, massing units up. 63 population for Looooki to Kvoth's 58 population as well. How do Atlanteans gain favor now? They gain favor through oracles. As we do see the raiding cavalry coming in. The villagers here, they can just jump through that sky passage. And not only that, you can bring those military units straight over to defend here. As Looooki going to pull back, and he can just jump straight onto those berry bushes here. Probably should set up a rally point here so he can like react immediately. As his sky passage over here will get some damage taken. He really needs to get some units out and go and defend that, though. It looks like he is building stuff. He's looking for some damage over onto Kvoth here. As a couple of units are going to be pulling back. You can pop villagers through here and try and repair the sky passage. Or send a unit. Does he have a citizen over here? No. Could have sent a citizen into the corner here to build another sky passage there as well. But any amount of sky passage shenanigans here is very, very good. The sky passage does go down pretty quickly here as the catapulty Murmillo coming in. Can Looooki defend this one? He doesn't even try. He could have sent a citizen forward as well to rebuild the sky passage, and now he's got to send an entire citizen out there to get that extra advantage. He's going up onto this position here to grab that gold mine. I like that play there, as the units are going to be sitting over here as well. Looooki, he needs to get some damage done right now. Is he aware of this? Looks like he's moving his units through. Going to be spotting Kvoth's army here. He's got to be careful not to reveal himself without all of his units there, because those raiding cavalry are going to chase down an absolute treat here. And now it's a very, very tense moment here. The game is very, very close in terms of military value, but there is Shockwave. Looooki going to be using that one as he pushes straight in, and Kvoth is just going to retreat back. As he does turn around, going to snipe one unit over here. The Kyra Ballista going to be able to get some huge damage done from the sides here as those Terma try and get in to take out the Thrown Axeman on the back. He has managed to do so in a very, very nice way. But on the front here, Lou's raiding cavalry are cleaning house. We do see a Promethean in to help out as well. The Hearser are getting some good damage on the Kyra Ballista. Have been taken out population-wise. Still very, very close here. But Looooki's got no more units that can clean up Thrown Axeman, so he has to retreat back. And Kvoth is held, and that Shockwave is done. I think you really have to wait on that Shockwave a little bit longer so you can actually get some damage done while the units are stunned. As a Sky Passage up on this position here. One thing that I think you want to be doing as well with Oranos is delaying when you get onto your second gold mine by simply going there much earlier. As we do see some citizens coming out. The raiding cavalry are there. He gets caught in that spot there, but he does have units over here ready to defend. So it's going to be completely fine for him, and he can start grabbing this gold mine as well. He's also got those hurtables over here. I'd love to see a Sky Passage down the bottom onto that hunt there. It's very, very strong, but not happening just yet. And the villagers are going to be sneaking into the center of the map to grab some food here. And we see the gold getting grabbed. Tense moment now for Kvoth. Generally speaking, you don't really want to be stuck in the classical age against Atlantean, but I mean, that's his legacy logic. In Retold, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe he's fine here to stick this one out and just hold this position. But Looooki with his Oranos, I'd love to see him spending that favor. Get out a whole bunch of those Prometheans now. Maybe even get himself this upgrade. What's it called? Empyrean something? Empyrean Speed. Get out that upgrade. to make his Murmillo a little bit faster so they can like track those raiding cavalry in the fight a bit better, and then maybe make that push in, save that favor, a little bit of favor just for one more shockwave for that next fight, and try and find a win here. Oracle in the center of the map can get sniped down. You really don't. Whoop. Never mind. Just gonna hang out here. Why not? Just only 100 resources. It's not a big amount of resources here. Why not? Just leave it there. All good. As the army for Kvoth retreating back in. Village is still going to be jumping through these sky passages here. Did he finished up on that gold? He leaves a little bit of gold in the main base here. Moving over onto the food as much as he can. Looking like he wants to get to that next stage. Pushing forward a little bit here. You got to be careful. But the thing is right now that Kvoth, he doesn't actually have that many raiding cavalry. So it's actually a good idea. So long as he just pokes from far with those Kara-Ballister, Kvoth has to pull back. He can't actually engage this here. Maybe even a box formation here from Looooki, whereas we see the spread formation from Kvoth. Both things could be a very good idea as we see, Kvoth wanted to go through Skadi, but he changes his mind here for Njord. Spicy. Very spicy. Good question here from Nico in the chat. Curious why we never see any more oracles getting trained. You have to build more oracles. You don't have a choice. You don't get the choice of not building them. You have to. As we see the units coming through here, lots and lots of those throwing axemen in this fight. Those Kara-Ballister need to be targeting those throwing axemen down, but it does look like the majority of the raiding cavalry are going to be getting cleaned up here. And Looooki absolutely dominates that fight. Kvoth gets sent packing. That was a timing there from the Oranos player, with Kvoth having 1,300 resources spent there. And Looooki absolutely finds value from that, as the rest of these dwarves are going to be pulling back home. Walking Woods getting created in the main base here. You've got to shank. Undermine coming in as well. You've got to shank. Create some hero citizens or something at the moment. You've got the resources in the bank for from Looooki here. He's trying to shank down these trees as fast as he possibly can. Let's see if he can make it happen. The town center still has got 600 HP remaining. It takes a long time to kill these Walking Woods off, but look at this. The hero citizen is doing work here. You've got Valor as well. Village is repairing it back up, and the town center stays alive. Great defense here from Looooki in this game, as we also now see Mountain Giants starting to come out. And Kvoth is back onto his gold mine. He's still alive. He's distracted the army completely here. Looooki needs to be on that front foot at the moment. He's going through Hyperion, so he's got another timing here, so to speak, in this game. And one thing I can suggest here for a timing to actually get your oracles out is while you're going to the heroic age. While you're going to the heroic age is a great point to get your oracles out. Why? Because that's when you need more favor income. You need it for the Satyr, you need it for the god powers, and you need it for the palaces everywhere. So you do need a lot more favor in the heroic age than you need in the classical age. So it's definitely a good idea to do that then. As Looooki now moving out, or not Looooki, Lookie's citizens out in the middle of nowhere. What are these citizens doing here? There is no, your citizens as Oranos have got no right to be this far out of your base. We see a chaos. This isn't a bad chaos because the throwing axemen are going to be attacking each other. I'm not going to finish my old point. That was a good shock. That was a good chaos. He gets a lot of damage done as he's moving through. He's still got another shockwave in the bank here with that 30 favor if he wants, but I think it's better to just be spending that favor there onto Satyrs as the Kara-Ballister pushing in. Throwing axemen getting taken out. Units pulling back. Great control here from Looooki in this game. Not overcommitting, but here's the thing. Doesn't matter how well you play Oranos, you've still got to be really worried about Ragnarok. Ragnarok's going to come, and you're going to have to deal with it somehow. How do you deal with Ragnarok the best? Get to the heroic, get to the mythic age, palaces, and fanatics. Lots and lots of palaces and fanatics. Probably even want to go through, Hecate here and try and get to that Mythic Age first. Drop the Tartarian Gate in your opponent's main base and live the dream where that's concerned. But we'll see if this is going to happen here, as lots and lots of villagers on this gold mine. The gold mine's about to expire, pushing off this gold mine as well. He's got that Oracle in the corner there. Good spacing here from the Oracle, but now the Oracle will get sniped down, and losing another one is really going to be hurting Looooki here. He's down to 1 Oracle. That's 0.07 favor a second he's going to be getting. Do Karabalas counter Ragnarok heroes? Yes, but not very well. Yes, but not very well. Because there's just like, so many Rag heroes that they just run in and those Karabalas die very, very quickly. So yeah, they got bonus damage. So if you can keep them at range, sure, they're going to kill off the Rag heroes. But the chances of you being able to do that, not very easy. Maybe with Kronos using time shift. But yeah. So we do see the units now for Kvoth going to be pushing through. Baldur is clicked up. Kvoth knows what he's trying to do. Another shockwave coming down here to pick off even more of these units. And Looooki's in a great position, but will it all turn on its head now? Kvoth here, 51 villagers. To click Ragnarok here, he's going to get a lot of value. He's got to get a lot of value out of this Ragnarok. He's got to pick off so many things here. How much favor in the bank? 24. He doesn't have a whole lot, but he will be able to get himself probably enough for another Walking Woods with this Baldur as well. So he's probably got Ragnarok and another Walking Woods, or alternatively he's got to undermine at only 50 favor there to use as well. And Looooki is trying to kill everything else off here. He's building a lot of units here, but I don't think he realizes at this point how much trouble he's actually in. I hate to say it, you're down 75 population, but Ragnarok is going to be coming. That's all the villagers on the back trio line over here. Those dwarves just trying to grab that there. Still pumping out units here as well. Armory upgrades coming in. Every single one coming in here. Kvoth is going to be very, very all in. This is a very spicy moment in this game. As we're also seeing like heavy infantry coming in. There's just no counter units here for the Rag heroes. So it's going to be 50 more Rag heroes. So that's 150 more population. So it's going to go up to 200, or probably up to 200 population here. And there's going to be a Fire Giant, which is very, very strong. As Looooki is pushing in, can Kvoth make this happen? As the Fire Giant pops out, and the army here for Looooki is going to be retreating back. Another palace coming up. And where do you put all these palaces? I think the sneaky move is citizens all over the map and sky passage on every single gold mine, if possible. As we see another Fire Giant coming in. Kvoth is maybe waiting a little bit too long on this one. He's got to start thinking about hitting that button. Otherwise, Looooki can get to the Mythic Age and get Fanatics, and that's a huge counter to these Rag heroes. As a Rag is in, 233 population Ragnarok against 190 population here for Looooki. Can Looooki take good fights or not? He's got the Mountain Giants as well to take out these palaces very, very quickly. The Rag heroes have got to be careful. They're going to be trying to push in to take out those Karabalas on the back. Fire Giants coming, huge splash damage coming through here to take out all of those units on the back. The Rag heroes coming in as well to get some damage done to boot. As he's going to be popping in, and all of the units here, it seems, of Looooki will be getting smacked for 6. More Rag heroes coming in as well, as the Karabalas tries to take out the Fire Giant. It's going to live with 12 HP. The Mountain Giants are still alive on this fight, and Looooki drops down to 100 population. He's still got gold income, though, at the moment. He's still got town centers up as well. From his perspective, he's got himself 1, 2, 3 town centers. Plus these units over here, we've got the Mountain Giants coming in to take down this palace on the front. As that's going to be cleaned up, we see the Rag heroes spreading out. He knows, or at least he should know, he's got to take out villagers at the moment. He's found a gold mine on this position as well. Take a look at the map. The villagers are all over the map here in an attempt to keep himself alive here. But gold villagers over here going to get pushed off. He's leaving this gold mine in the back here available for a little bit as the army slowly starting to traverse the map here. 183 population remaining for Kvoth. Plus he's got 250 food in the bank to make villagers as soon as his population comes up. He's probably missing a couple of houses here as well, so we could actually start building his villagers out already. So it's not as simple as just kill the Rag heroes and win here in this game. as a hero, Kara Ballista, going to come in, get some good damage done. Rag Hero is going to come in. That splash damage does so much damage there as the Cursor come through. Oh, not the Cursor. The Rag Hero is coming through to try and take out that hero Kara Ballista at the back there. Mountain Giant's going to be taking down the town center there to boot as the gold villagers on this gold mine going to get pushed back. The Rag Heroes are pushed off of that gold mine there. Over here, citizens have been taken out. Looooki is out of income now in this game for gold, which means no more gold income, no more military units, no more hope in this game. And this is what I was saying. You've got to get to that. You absolutely have to get to that mythic age as Atlantean to defend against Ragnarok. This is such a strong Ragnarok here, and villagers are just about to start coming out for Kvoth. He doesn't have any food in his main base, but he can come over here onto this gazelle, and that's totally fine there as well. Arcus going to be defending here as that fire giant pushes forward. Send those mountain giants in. No problems with that. Citizens going to be sneaking over onto this gold mine, but look at the map here from Kvoth. This is how you Ragnarok 101. Gold mines scattered on every single location here. There is no possibility for a gold mine to come through here for Looooki in this game. We check out the market as well. Wood, you can't even get much value out of that as the mountain giants are going to be pushing in, tanking those Arcus that are doing a good amount of damage. So the low HP mountain giant will get taken out as well. Fire giant with 12 HP going to be rolling forward here using that special ability onto those Arcus. Look at the damages. They all get like half HP and almost taken out completely. Their Rag Heroes breaking through. Meanwhile, in this position here, the villagers have been pushed off that gold mine to boot. Hometown center going to be getting taken down as well. And in that moment, Looooki taps out and Kvoth gets the win. I mean, I can only say I told you so many times. People can at me about my opinions on this game, but I feel like I've got some stuff down. Ragnarok is in a really, really strong place in this matchup. You've really got to play around it. And I think the only real way to do that is get enough pressure onto your opponent, put them into that backseat position, get to the mythic age, save this gold mine in your main base as Oranos. This is one big thing you can do. Save the gold mine in your main base as Oranos so that you can get yourself all your palaces up in the main base here. Mine that gold, make those fanatics. Fanatics are a good counter against Rag Heroes. They're a good counter against Norse in general. They're actually counter everything Norse has in a really, really big way. Plus, you get access to the Lampedi or the Gigantes or the Argus to try and deal with. The Lampedi is good against dealing with the Fire Giant because you can chaos that, but the Argus and the Gigantes are also really good against dealing with those throwing axemen. So that's the only way I can see for Oranos to play around this Ragnarok here. Very, very strong play from Kvoth. I thought he was in a really difficult spot here, but that walking woods distracting Looooki away. I think if Looooki had managed to just sit on this gold mine and get the gold staff then and there and just defend this with citizens like he did without pulling back, this game actually would have been a completely different game. This game would have been a completely different game. Anyways, fantastic play here from Kvoth. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.